Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on AL Yukikaze, the ship and the commander. Very unique discussion we're going to be having for a few reasons. To be fair, the ship is arguably my favorite ship in the entire game, and I mean that. Okay, I love it. Commander, a little different, but let's get into it. ALU Kikaze is a Kagero class ship, so it's a Kagero, guys, basically, or a Sashio, right? They're all Kagero class ships, so the same thing. Sashio don't have the guns that the reload and ability that Yukikaze does, and also AL Yukikaze is significantly different than the regular Yukikaze in the game. One be it traverse and reload, the guns just aren't as good on this one as they are the AL version. Okay, so let's get into it here, even with the same commander. Um, that being said, we're going to talk about Azulane Yukikaze, the commander. Now, we are using Swirsky and Bay, and the reason we are is even though that this is a gunboat commander, you still don't want to give up good detection because you're Japanese, right? You have a huge upper hand. All right. Her base trait is extra destroyer AA damage, which, let's be honest, not very useful on Japanese destroyers. If this was Friesland, we'd be having a discussion, but it's not very usable, right? And her, we're using observant range. Look at me now, perceptive, and the smoke on the water. Now, you could 100% use Evasive Hunter if that's what you wanted. It's not a terrible, that's her unique skill, and unstoppable. Now, please, for those of you, listen, if you want to do a crazy build, you can. But I get that when you build into the guns and you take evil sparks, you can do a ton of damage to battleships. But this is not the way to build it, in my opinion. Why is that? Okay? Two things. In order to take evil sparks, you lose a ton of your HE shell damage. Sure, you pen more, but that doesn't help you against destroyer versus destroyer fights. If you build this Yukikaze with evil sparks, it is a not a great idea because you are losing all your amazing capabilities to take out other destroyers. Okay, and I know a lot of people love this evil sparks thing, right? It's only good for farming damage on battleships. If you're going up against another destroyer, this is why. You gain HE penetration, but you lose a ton of damage to your DPM on another against another destroyer, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. Because in order to even farm battleships, you got to get rid of the destroyer first, and this is gonna make that much harder to do. Not just because your shell damage is bad, but because of that, you can't have unstoppable anymore, meaning you're more likely to eat torps or more gunfire while you're disabled. Okay, not a way I would go with it. Okay, and honestly, Yukikaze, if you get her from a crate, wonderful. But I wouldn't go out of my way for her. You would think I love her because I Japanese destroyers are my favorite in the entire game, but this is not the case. Why is that? Okay. Yukikaze literally has the same traits as the free-to-play Kurita, okay? Only difference is Kurita doesn't have the unique skill, which we're not using anyway. And his base trait, here's an argument which one you'd rather have, the engine boost cooldown or the AA. On Japanese destroyers, probably the engine boost cooldown because the AA is terrible on them. And he has evil sparks too. It's literally the same commander. I would make the argument Kurita is slightly better, especially when you factor in that you could use Kurita in your bureaus. Remember, this is a beginner's guide, so a lot of you guys have a ton of bureaus to do. Kurita you can use in that. If you're gonna go that route, Kurita is better than Yukikaze because of that, right? That being said, I normally use Sella, but we'll talk about that in a different video. So I did go out this morning and get a video with this commander on the ship. I actually normally use Sella here because of torps, um, and it doesn't hurt the guns any. However, I will say I will keep Azrael and Yukikaze on this ship because we're going to build into the turret traverse for this Yukikaze. So if you're watching it for that, the old Yukikaze we will be building into, okay? And actually, to be honest, we should probably be taking Twist and Track here over Perceptive, but that's up to you guys on what you want. Um, it does help the slow turret traverse that Yukikaze has, so you could put that there. Anyway, let's get going here. Uh, we for consumables, you have 2 heals. They're not bad. They're not American, but they're still not bad. Engine boost, 8% classic things. Survivability, 15,000 health. Um, this is a big difference between Yukikaze, main turret traverse, and reload. Right, the other Yukikaze has a much worse turret traverse and a much worse reload. On the same build, I think this is like I think it's like 20 some, and the reload is 7 seconds. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's 7 seconds and 26. So it's a lot. It's significantly worse than a destroyer. And there's an argument to be had here. Twist and Track, probably the better option here. Let's see what Twist and Track would take this down to. Um, and let's see. Would take it down to 17. And that's much better, actually. But anyway, here, guys, shell grouping, it's not bad. Japanese destroyers aren't terrible. You get some wonky shots out of it, though. It just happens. But the HE is solid. It pens 21. And when you take that extra shell penetration, sure, is it really nice for doing damage? But like I said, hurting your shell damage is not good. Um, and then the AP, do not sleep on the AP. I sent it out of Flint a bunch of times today, actually, this morning, in the chaos that was trying to get a video this morning. And you can see the fuse timer very short, obviously. So you're not overpinning anything with this AP, uh, unless it doesn't have enough armor to actually arm the fuse. Torpedoes. You have 8 610s. These are absolute nuclear warheads at the tier. Um, And when this is why I still have Sella, because you get the torpedoes up into the 70s for speed, and the torpedo detection down under 1 kilometer. They can see these quite far away, guys. All right, 65, not a bad speed, but with 2.3 kilometers, that's a long distance. AA defense, even with our amazing skill, don't have any. I think I don't know if I've shot more than down a couple planes. In fact, today I got hunted by a carrier the whole time and shot 2 planes down. So, and it was a tier 5 Ranger. So, not good. Maximum speed, not bad. Everything here, pretty much not bad. Concealment, it's amazing. But taking Yukazi over Sella, I can get 4.7 or 4.8 out of this, which is incredible at the tier. You can really do some damage when you can outspot people before they can see you, meaning your teammates get the upper hand, you get the upper hand to take the first shot at another destroyer. Stats. Now, this is literally probably my favorite ship in the entire game, and I don't have that many games in it. Why is that? Well, when I first got it, I wasn't very good at it, and for some reason, I like the Sashio more because of torps. Now it's not even close. This ship is so much better than the Sashio. You still have good torps, and you have amazing guns. These guns are great at the tier. Um, and you can see now my win rate is skyrocketing in this ship. Okay. Um, I haven't even played it a whole lot lately. I do play it occasionally, but this is, like I said, my favorite ship in the entire game. I love this ship. Um, Armor. It's a destroyer. You don't have much. Armor, don't take unnecessary hits, which you'll see in our match. Also, one thing to note here, guys, in this, um, you'll see maximum aircraft destroyed 14. I don't know when I shot down 14 planes, but it wasn't. I don't know what it was. It must have been some Japanese carrier, because this thing does not have good AA. I can assure you of that. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, guys, you guys are about to see my favorite match of all time. Is it my most kills, most damages? No. But it sums up Warships in the entirety of a match. If you saw in the beginning, the destroyers we had on our team don't have the world's greatest commanders compared to the opposing team. This match is going to be chaos, okay? So I had started moving to the right side of this cap because our located perk is telling us that's where he was, but it flipped back over to the left. So we're going to throw torpedoes over to the left and go to the right. We're going to figure out where he is no matter what, right? But that destroyer that's been honking his horn going into the middle, keep an eye on him, guys. This sums up Warships so well. And this is what the chaos of Warships is. And this is what I like about it. I'm going to be super tactical, right? I went to the right side. I have support on the right side. We see the smoke. Look at the map, see where he's going in his smoke. He's clearly going to just come up to the island. I'm not located. This feels like an American destroyer with a bad commander playing, right? Our other destroyer is in the middle of the cap, right? He's sitting behind the island, not spotting for his team at B. He's going to get a solo cap, all right? This match just sums up everything about Warships, and I love it. I love it. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. Trust me. But it sets the example of what happens, right? So we have a Vladdy popping in and a we got the broadside of this destroyer here. We know he's there. But I want to make sure that Flanders behind the island so the secondaries I don't get hit by when I spot this guy. Also, we're going to send torpedoes from the side. Now, however, Flanders pushing in. So I got to be careful of how far I push in, right? But I want to get these torpedoes off on this destroyer. Guaranteed he's sitting broadside in this smoke. I know it, you know it, we all know it, right? And if we get torpedoes off, he's going to die. And it's going to be an easy kill. Right? You know what's going to mess that up? A battleship charging in on our team. Sure enough, look, there's Benson sitting in the smoke. We're going to eat our torpedoes. However, he's going to start moving now because our battleship is charging him. So we take a shot at the destroyer. He starts to go behind the island. Our battleship, which we told to get back, not do that, gets absolutely wrecked. We use our smoke so the secondaries of Flounder don't hit us, and we absolutely maul Vladdy. Do you guys see what has happened to Vladdy? Alright? Vladdy has just got deb struck at tier 7 by a tier 6 destroyer with guns and torpedoes. Mostly torpedoes. Benson has gotten himself in a bad position. Our destroyer that was honking his horn and got the solo cap on B is now over here. He's going to help finish off this Benson. Now, what I say about this destroyer, this Benson on our team, I am not ripping on. Kudos to this guy. He's probably a new player. I noticed he only had a level 11 commander. And to his credit, he's using his guns on American destroyer. Like, he's not going to play awful. But the strategic difference between me and him, right? He is shooting his guns off right now. He's closer to the King George. I am definitely good to shoot my guns off, right? And help him out. What happens? Everybody on the map shoots me. Even though clearly that other destroyer was shooting his guns off first. He's just shooting his guns off all willy-nilly. And even the Flounder, which is the secondary build, is just going to take a huge shot at me and I'm going to lose all my health. What? Like, what you guys see our teammate get away with in this match is going to be crazy. So I'm going to ask for help. We're going to lose a lot of our health. I wish I had teammates that shot HE out of battleships at destroyers the second they get spotted. Oh, man. So we're going to work in to try to get the cap. Our destroyer has been shooting his guns off. It's now behind the island. That's spotting for our battleship. And then going to smoke up to shoot his guns off. He's going to do the classic, I'm going to sit my guns, shoot off the smoke. It happens. Not a bad time to do it. I'm spotting for him. I have learned my lesson from shooting my guns off too early, because apparently on this side of the map, this Flounder only wants to shoot me, right? We guess he's going to turn in. Sure enough, he's going to turn in. Like, we are playing very well, tactically. This is almost perfect, right? We're going to take a pop shot at Flounder here and go behind the island. Why would I not spot for my destroyer? 2 reasons. Our battleship's going to be spotting him in a second. Also, there's another battleship moving up on our destroyer, and I know this. I'm well aware of this, right? So I'm not going to go into smoke. You're going to see here, I'm going to turn out of it because I know there's a battleship here, right? This battleship has our Benson dead to rights. You like, Benson is not paying attention to anything around him, all right? He's just shooting his guns off willy-nilly, clearly. And I'm like, I told my other teammate to back up. He didn't listen. There's not even no help for this guy. I thought this was a lost cause. You can see, I'm thinking he's dead. This Tirpitz knows that destroyer's there. That destroyer is obviously going to get murdered, right? And Tirpitz isn't going to just sail in a straight, absolute line. Yudachi, as you can see, is deb striking our teammates over there. He has caught my attention, and I'm starting to work that way. Now, B.A. Tirpitz is driven in a straight line. He's going to eat a couple torpedoes. Our Benson doesn't even get all the torpedo hits on him. I don't know how Tirpitz is drove in a straight line, and how Benson comes away with this not dead. I have no idea. He's in front of 2 secondary ships, and we're going to try to save him the best we can, right? So we dev struck the Vladdy. We helped try to get rid of him, and then we helped get rid of the destroyer. Now we're going to try to help get rid of Tirpitz, right? Or try to. We send these torpedoes up because he has no choice. He's going to eat these torpedoes. Right? Even if he turns at 4 kilometers, he was going to eat the whole broadside and get murdered, as we absolutely just smoked this battleship. And our destroyer somehow lives at this, right? Another thing I want to pay attention to. Watch this destroyer shooting his guns at Flounder. Flounder is going to do nothing. This is the same Flounder that almost dev struck me 5 minutes ago. Like, how does this work? Like, what is happening? RZ-23 also is doing a good job, right? He was up against 2 destroyers. He did help get rid of 1. Our teammate in this Benson is going to get so focused on battleships. You're going to see, I try to get him off of battleships. Our Yudachi gets a Kraken, or their Yudachi gets a Kraken. Obviously, that Yudachi has my attention, not the stupid battleship at the back of the map. Alright? I am definitely trying to get my teammate to pay attention, but all he wants to do is shoot his guns off at a battleship. One of us is being very tactical in this game. One of us is being absolutely crazy. In the meantime, there's a Yudachi that is mauling our team over here, and I know that. Right here, you're going to see I don't have Sella on, so I actually get outspotted, which never happens in Yukikaze, right? It's a Yudachi. He starts shooting his guns off. We don't. Why do we not? Because we go dark. He's spotted now, right? You'd think our destroyer would help out. He's gonna go behind the island. Now, to his credit, he is gonna actually try. And meanwhile, that flounder takes a shot all the way at the very back of the map at 18 kilometers at me. Okay? Not the destroyer that was shooting at him this whole time, but me. We're spotted again. Now we got no choice, but we're in a good position because Itachi's got the 2 back guns like this. We're actually okay, right? We had sent out the torpedoes. They were pretty well placed. He can't drive in a straight line at us, meaning he's going to give his broadside up. No, to our teammates' credit, he does help shoot, right? Our destroyer buddy is getting himself in trouble, though. He's sitting in smoke with 2 battleships coming up again to him. Like, this happened 5 minutes ago. Like, you think he would have learned his lesson. He had a Flounder and a BA Turpitz charge him before, so I'm trying to save him again, right? Nebraska, he's gonna be an RGA distance almost of that destroyer here in a second. So naturally, instead of worrying about the destroyer right by him in the fact that he's gonna eat torpedoes, I start to kite away now because I know he's gonna take a shot at me, which he's going to do, right? Of course, everybody's gonna take the shot at me. It's amazing. Now, in the meantime, he's gonna sail flat broadside to this other destroyer. The destroyer that's been playing absolutely crazy. Alright? Like, you can't make this up, guys. So, and to be fair, another thing that's crazy about this, and it sums up Warships in the world, that Yudachi played an amazing game, and he's going to get nothing to show for it. He had a Kraken. He killed every player that wasn't us, right? And besides one on the enemy team. Like, he did an amazing job. Now, this destroyer still hasn't learned his lesson of getting caught in the middle of 2 battleships, and he still hasn't paid for it, right? Well, now he doesn't have to worry because the Flounder's secondaries are going to target him no matter what. Even if the Flounder won't shoot at him, and Flounder is going to shoot at our teammate. Like, what in the world just happened, guys? Like, Flounder won't shoot that destroyer, really, but he'll shoot me from 18 kilometers. Well, we are going to guess he's going to turn in. And at this point, we can't lose now because we did get rid of the other destroyer. As long as one of us stays alive, we're going to take a pop shot at Flounder as he's going into the cap. I thought it was going to be a sneaky little defend here, but it wasn't. And we throw the torps where we guessing Flounder's going to go, which is actually a good guess. Like, tactically, this is one of the best games I've ever had. But it doesn't matter when you're the Benson and you just happen to get a full cap in the middle, sitting behind an island not spotting for your team, just shooting off your guns the entire time, playing or getting charged by battleships, not paying attention. It is absolutely gnarly as we get our high caliber as well now, hitting this Flounder before we go behind the island here as the match ends. This is just sums up Warships, right? Yudachi might have had the best game in the entire match. He's going to lose. I probably played as well as Yudachi, tacticiously. Our teammate with a level 11 commander that just shoots his guns off the entire match is going to get a 3K base game. Oh my lord. I'm sorry to that Yudachi. Well played, man. Anyway, you guys have a super wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.